If you're a Python developer, you can work with InterSystems IRIS in several ways. You can connect from an external Python application using familiar tools like DB API and SQL Alchemy, or use Python directly within InterSystems IRIS with embedded Python. This video focuses on a familiar starting point for Python developers, connecting a local Python application to a backend database. To build with Python and InterSystems IRIS, you need two things: an InterSystems IRIS instance to connect to, and a Python project in Visual Studio Code with the required dependencies. In this demonstration, Python 3 is already installed, and we will use InterSystems IRIS Community Edition running in a Docker container. Containers provide a fast, repeatable way to run InterSystems IRIS locally, making them ideal for learning and development. Let's start InterSystems IRIS. This Docker run command starts our Community Edition container and exposes the ports we'll need. The key port in this example is 1972, which Python uses to connect to InterSystems IRIS. The second port, 52773, is the web port used to access browser-based tools, such as the InterSystems IRIS Management Portal. Once the container starts, we can confirm it's running and verify the port mappings by opening a second terminal and running the docker ps command. Next, let's create a Python project, opening a new project folder in VS Code. Before installing packages, we'll create a Python virtual environment to keep this project's dependencies isolated from other Python projects on the same machine. After creating the virtual environment, you will activate it. Once this is done, the terminal prompt is prefixed with the virtual environment name, indicating that the environment is active. Now we can install the InterSystems IRIS Python driver that provides DB API support by running the command pip install InterSystems-IRIS Python. With the package installed, we're ready to connect. To begin, create a new file named connect.py. This script imports the InterSystems IRIS Python package, connects to InterSystems IRIS, executes a simple SQL query, and displays the result. In this case, the query returns the names of a few metadata tables in InterSystems IRIS. Let's take a closer look at the script for the information required to connect to InterSystems IRIS using Python. You'll need to know the host, port, namespace, username, and password. For this local environment, the host is localhost, the port is 1972, and the namespace is user. We'll use the default username and password for this learning environment, superuser and SYS. In the InterSystems IRIS Python DB API driver, the host, port, and namespace are combined into a connection string, localhost:1972/user. This tells Python to connect to InterSystems IRIS on localhost, using port 1972 and the user namespace. Before running the script, note that you may need to log in to the management portal and change the default password for superuser if you are using a new instance. Now let's run the script. It completes successfully, confirming that Python can connect to InterSystems IRIS and execute SQL. At this point, we have a working local development environment. InterSystems IRIS is running in a container. The Python project uses an isolated virtual environment. The required packages are installed, and Python can successfully connect to the database and execute a query. You may want to take extra steps to preserve or remove your container and virtual environment, depending on your use case. In this example, we used DB API directly, which is the standard Python interface for connecting to relational databases and executing SQL. You may also want to use SQL Alchemy, which provides a higher-level database toolkit and object relational mapper, or ORM. Many Python applications use SQL Alchemy to simplify database interactions and provide a consistent programming model across different database platforms. The InterSystems SQL Alchemy package enables those same patterns when working with InterSystems IRIS. To install this package, use this simple command: pip install SQL Alchemy InterSystems IRIS. With SQL Alchemy installed, we can connect using the create_engine pattern and execute a query through the SQL Alchemy API. From here, you can build on this connection using SQL Alchemy Core or its ORM while using InterSystems IRIS as your database backend. Now that you know how to connect your Python code to an InterSystems IRIS database, you can code your application with a powerful backend in a familiar coding environment.